The Amp Live Real Estate Show. I'm going to be your host today for a few minutes here, maybe 15, 20, 30 minutes of your time, maybe a little bit longer, depends on where this live goes. But without further ado, I will be your host, Erick Jimenez, Erick Paul, whatever is out there. It's both of those names. There's a hashtag, Get Erick Paul Live, to find tons of my videos and all that other good stuff about creative real estate investing. It's what I do. It's what we do. It's what our jam is. Creative real estate investing on top of the traditional stuff with our sponsor, VIPeXecs, Realty, Lending and Investments, and Luxury Properties. And we are powered by Amp Live Media. So that is a media broadcasting and marketing company that powers us and our mentees and people that we work with across the United States of America. Definitely would love to touch bases with you as well. But today there'll be a chat. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in there. A little rock and roll action. See if I can put that there. And I believe we're going to do a couple things here. This is always live, raw, and obviously uncut. So right now, like, love, and share. Appreciate it. Like, love, share, comment. Raise your hand if you have a question and things of that nature. I'll be wearing these, right? These are my spectacles until thinking about getting the old laser surgery, or yes, get some actual glasses where I got to wear the son of a bitches and go from there, right? So still in denial after all this time. But remember, man, the vision used to be awesome at one time. I don't know if it's 2020, probably not, but it was pretty damn good. Could see pretty far, could see in the dark and all that good stuff. But hey, it is what it is. Okay, so anyways, enough of that. You can hashtag Get Erick Paul Live right there. Today's theme today for Tuesday Deals Day is what I like to call it. Rock and Roll Tuesday, Deals Day, the Amp Live 30-day challenge, okay? It's a 30-day challenge. It's a 30-day challenge to your first deal, second deal. Maybe it's several deals at the end of the day. Just depends on what you're going to create and put into the pipeline when you come aboard and work with us exclusively for this 30-day challenge. It's the path to your first deal are several deals. Art of the deal, creative real estate investing, and the Amp Live method as we put those things together. Let me see. I'll try to see what this looks like with this little chat thingy here. All right. So definitely like, love, and share. Appreciate it. There'll be some QR codes and things of that nature they're going to drop. We're going live right now on YouTube and I believe several other platforms on social media. So this right now, it's all live and uncut. And then eventually, you know, our rock and roll people will chop it up, monetize it, turn it to shorts or longs with some intros and extras, all that good stuff, right? To market the Amp Live obviously, Amp Live Media. Amp Live Media does all that good stuff. So definitely here to talk about creative real estate investing. Let's talk about the Amp Live 30-day challenge. How is that going to benefit you? How's it going to benefit us? How's it going to help each other throughout the United States of America? Our cause and mission is still the same. One American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. That is our true cause and mission. It's our goal. It has been for quite a long time now. Even when I got started in the business several years ago, needed to have some type of cause, some type of mission. It wasn't because back in the day, it's like, okay, you got to have your company name and then a mission, and not even, it's just like a catchphrase, a tag, or even a mission statement. I get all that. But the mission statement hasn't changed. Maybe it's altered, changed, and maneuvers as everything else, right? Because everything is always in a flux of moving forward. You can't just stay stagnant, right? Things have to move. You got to rebrand. You got to move with the tides. You got to move with the ocean. You got to move with the opportunities and things of that nature. But for this is right now. I challenge you. Look, 30 days to a deal challenge. You want to change your life. You want to do something different. You want to get passionate. I guarantee you, once you get the real estate bug, it'll be with you forever. To a degree, it'll always be in the back of your mind, even if you don't move forward with it, right? Because real estate, look, let's be honest, it's not for everybody, and not everybody's going to become a real estate mogul at the end of the day, right? But it doesn't hurt. Hey, a deal a quarter, a deal every 6 months can change your life and your family's life, right? In regards to that compared to a job or job or anything like that. And then at the same token, it does come with some life lessons, right? It teaches you some entrepreneurship, teaches you what every American should have is their own little business, a little LLC, a little something on the side, right? Because the government allows you to do those things, right? So big businesses and other companies are doing it. Shouldn't you? Of course you should, right? So that's just my little pro tip for you. I'll be dropping pro tips today and throughout this live. definitely like, love, and share. I appreciate it. If you want to reach out, you can always do a DM. You can hashtag it all out and all that other good stuff. I'm going to try this out real quick. So check this out. I'm going to put this right here. And this is, let me see if it comes up. Let's see if I can see it. All right, this is for you. See if it comes up there, right? Yep. So you can actually go there and click that link. It's for the Amp Live Real Estate Challenge. I'll go ahead and share the page with you as well. I think I can do a share here. And before I do that, I'm going to go through a couple of things here. I'd like to go and share this with you really quick as well. And this is Erick's Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. That's going to be tomorrow at 7 p.m. Okay, you can sign up right there at webinars.amp-live.net. And along with our sponsor, VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments, right? I'm going to pop up a QR code later on. So if you're looking for deals online and you're looking for stuff throughout Southern California, you can do it for free. It's a free account and it's attached to the MLS. So, hey, if you're like trying to hit up real estate agents, hey, can you give me access to the MLS and things of that nature? Well, this is the second best thing to it, right? Because you're going to have access to all the MLS. You can search anywhere in Southern California that's attached to the MLS and things of that nature from, I believe, all 4 counties here and a little bit further out towards Northern California and then towards San Diego. Absolutely free. That'll be our gift for you today for just watching. Also got a couple of bonuses and gifts for you today if you sign up. Like I mentioned, I believe it was several days ago, for the first 10 that are going to actually sign up and rock with us in the field. We're going to be, and as well as for this 30 days to deal challenge. It's going to help you get a deal. It's going to help you structure deals. It's going to help you look at it in a bigger picture with that, I always say that square window, right? And open up your eyes. Instead of living in that box, we're going to open up to live outside that box where you're going to look at deals and go, it's not just 70 cents on the dollar or 70% LTV plus your fees and things of that nature, right? And how do I figure out how to underwrite these properties? You're going to be going, can I sub to this deal? Can I do a seller finance? Can I do a lease option? Hey, is this a property where that's probably not going to sell because it's too damn big? And can I turn it into maybe a sober living, an autism house? Maybe it's assisted living, right? Where elderly people live and they make a home, or sometimes they go there to, as you know, pass away. It's just, it is what it is, something like that, right? But it's there. Some have government funds that drop. Some are funded by their families because they'll sell the house and they need, $200,000-300,000 to, keep paying for that service for the next 2-3 years. So there's a lot of, I would say those are probably the best. I know Pace talking about like RVs and commercial properties and yeah, anything could be sub to. And Grant Cardone, right? He goes after shit, man. I don't want the house. I want the apartment buildings, right? Start off with 5, 10, 15 units, then go to 50, 60, 70, 80, 100, 1,000 units, right? His goal was to go for the big mammoth, apartment buildings, which is cool. That's his jam, right? So it depends on where you're at on that totem pole, right? Single family, multifamily, commercial properties. Is it anchor stores? And the anchor store would be something like Starbucks, right? Stater Brothers, Albertsons, where they got one anchor store and a couple anchor stores, right? And those are the big dollars that roll in. And then a bunch of other little commercial places or retail stores for that. Usually that's a progression, right? Bird Dog, wholesaler, fix, flip, buy and hold, single family. And then multifamily, right? And commercial buildings, right? And then maybe some new construction or building out, and then maybe going, hey, I want to put all my money in these anchor stores because they're usually longer leases and worth a lot more. They're not going anywhere. But I will say during the last crash when the property was 2007, 8, 9, and even 10. Where the whole world shut down, or real estate shut down, banks shut down, and fucking banks weren't lending out any money to subdivisions that were building, 2-3 houses shut down. Literally giant neighborhoods shut down. What else was there when they're doing that stuff? I literally, in the town that was rocking and rolling, saw a whole complex where we're talking about those anchor stores because it can happen. The whole Albertson shut down. There was an AutoZone, a bunch of stores. That whole thing shut down because of the real estate freaking crash, recession, depression, whatever the hell, depression 2, whatever the hell you want to call it, was bad. So it doesn't mean it can't happen. Anything can happen because we live in a capitalist country. But no doom and gloom. things are, hey, they're going in the direction where they're going to go. If you want to get my Erick report, you can. I'm going to type that down right here. Get the Erick report. Erick report. See if I can do that right here. Put that chat up there. See if I can. There. Yeah. There it is. Okay, right there. Right there, you can see it. I don't know if you can see it or not. Might have to remove that little thingy there. Is that at the top? No? Okay. Where's it at? Let me see. We'll move it to that so maybe you can see it. Or put it back on up here so you can see it. Oh, Erick report. Okay, rock and roll. Maybe it's at the top. All settings, large, round. There it is, Erick report. Cool. So as you can see up there right up on the top, you can grab the Erick report, and that's just going to be what I think is going to happen in the next 5 to 7 years. Okay. So, hey, that's going back all the way through the 1800s, 1900s, and then looking at everything all the way up to 2000, 2003, 4, 5, 6, and what happened, transpired, you know, the little micro, I should say, bubbles in real estate that went up and went down, went up, went down, along with the Chinese virus and all that other good stuff, right? But today is all about deals, deals, deals. Tuesday, Deals Day, Rock and Roll Tuesday, Deals Day. Like I said, I'm going to be your host today, obviously, of the Amplified Real Estate Show, you know, kind of, and it's sponsored by VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments. But let's talk about some things that are happening now. There's obviously some good events that are rolling. I think they had a couple for this first quarter. I didn't get to them. You know, the goal is obviously to hit 4 of these, 1 a quarter. So I'm still down 1, right? And I know a couple came by, and I don't know why I didn't know about them, but, you know, shit, missed them. There's some other cool stuff that's coming up, so I have to definitely get that on the radar if you'd like to know which ones those are, if you're going to attend them, or if you know of any awesome kick-ass events that are coming up. I'd love to go, so definitely put it in the chat or reach out in the DM. We'll be doing a lot of these lives on YouTube as well, as we'll be going into the field with the door rocking, door rocking wholesale 101 and door rocking creative real estate investing 101, as well as this 30 days to do a challenge. But it's March Madness deals, right? So deals. That's when it starts getting cool, because everybody's like, hey, they're putting properties in the house. They're wanting to fix and flip, buy and hold. Sellers are going, oh, it's springtime. I can get more money for my property, even though it may be a POS. And there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Things happen. There's just like a transition of things. It's almost kind of like in the winter, you get your best deals, right? And then things slow down, but you'll get your best deals if you're out hunking and chunking and rocking and rolling when others are not. Same thing in spring, right? Kind of opens up like the egg, and it's like, boom, okay, so people want to move, people are doing stuff. Kind of same thing when women get pregnant, right? Why do they get pregnant in springtime, right? Because it's just that time, right? It's Mother Nature doing her thing in the world and the universe and God and all that good stuff. All right, but you can scan that QR code right there. Scan that QR code right there to book some time. Book a breakout call with myself and my team if you're having struggles, or you just want to reach out, you want to do business with us in some capacity. You know, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You got a deal that you want to talk about or a deal that you want to sell to us. Definitely we'll get you an offer. You know, bear with us and be patient. I appreciate that. Thank you for the people who have been sending deals down the wire. And if they're rocking and rolling deals, we'll definitely get you an offer within 24 to 72 hours like anybody else. Or, hey, we'll JV, partner with you, buy it from you, or whatever the case is, or run it through the network, and we'll figure something out. But for this, as you can see right here, hey, it's AHA. It's been around for a while. AHA, America's Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property time, one family at a time. It's one of our branded brands that we have. We're actually there. It's a real estate investment company where we buy, sell, fix, and flip properties and helping fellow Americans throughout the United States of America. It's under the VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments and Luxury Properties umbrella at the end of the day. So definitely get the best of both worlds when you work with us. If it's a deal and you're just, hey, I need to sell my property, I'm going to pre-foreclosure, or maybe it's a short sale, or maybe I don't have $50,000 to fix up my property. And everybody's telling me, and the real estate agents are telling you, hey, you know what? You need to do this and do that so I can get you full market value, right? Otherwise, the property's probably going to stay on the market for a while, and you're going to get a lot of investors that are going to lowball you and all that other crazy stuff, because it happens. It's just common sense. But we have this live domination, live real estate investing networking meetup that I produced several years ago. We're going to bring it back for 2026, 27, because that is the theme for those 2 years, is network, hitting those big events, small events, local networking events as well. to just, kind of expand the brand, not kind of to expand the brands and do those things. Now, if there's any cool podcasts, please share them with me. I'd love to know about them. Heck, I'd love to get on them at the end of the day, or we'd love to and do our thing, because that's what we're all about, is just spreading the love and doing, and sharing creative real estate investing, because that's what we're all about. All right, so but you can scan that QR code right there. I'm going to go ahead and take that down right there so you can see my bug. But real estate domination investor meetup presented by Amp Live Media and VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments. Scan the QR code if you want to have a chit chat, do a breakout call, whatever it is. It doesn't matter. You just want to say hi, make friends, network, and all that good stuff. But I do have something for you here. It says, stop watching deals happen. Start putting yourself in position to get them. Now, I do challenge you to take the 30-day real estate action challenge. Take the, Amp Live challenge. That's what we're calling it. 9 times out of 10. Been doing these challenges for a while. They work. It's a way to get you in if you're just starting. It's a way to get you in if you started and you're burning out, shiny object syndrome, and things are happening. You go, man, geez, I don't know why I can't get a grip on this thing. I don't know. It happens. We've dealt with other mentees that come aboard, and just even people in general in the business, right? I get it. But we're doing this for a couple reasons. One is to meet new people. Obviously, yes, to feed the mentoring program, but at the same token, to feed us deals and then sharing it with you and helping you expand and grow your business, so you can have a business, whether it's a side hustle or whether you can do this full time and build out a full real estate investing firm. And there's others that just say, hey, I don't want to do all that. I just want to write a check, get a check back. That's available with the friendship deals as well. But the deals happen, you're probably looking on social media, and don't believe everything that's on social media. And even watching this, hey, if you feel it's, I stand for truth. That's the bottom line. So I'm never going to BS you at the end of the day. But hey, it is what it is. Do your research, and do your homework at the end of the day. But don't get sucked up with the shiny objects. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try this. Now, obviously, you got Musk says fail, fast forward. Or what's his name, Bezos or whatever, right? Fail, fast. And even Facebook and all those guys, they're able to afford it. Right? They have millions and millions and tens of millions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars to make those things happen. And if you have the money to do that, then yes, sooner or later something's gonna pop. If you're on a limited budget, or you only have so much, you can only fail so much. And then everything just takes time, right? But if you want to do a deal, or maybe you're stuck, or maybe you're like, you know what, I'm not stuck, I'm okay, I just want to take it to another level, right? And I want to turn this into a full-fledged business, then hey, I challenge you to come aboard the 30 days to a deal challenge. Now you're probably asking why. What's different? Well, creative real estate investing, for one. So I'll put this up here so you can see me. Creative real estate investing is the key. Creative real estate investing involves leverage. And anytime there's leverage and you're buying a property, fix, flip, buy, hold, or whatever it may be, and if you bought the property using leverage, then your return on investment is astronomical. Okay, and it depends on how you leverage those deals. Now, you've probably seen videos, TikToks, and all that good stuff going, hey, I bought a house, so it didn't cost me anything. Right? Or maybe I put some money down and I went with seller financing, things of that nature. And others go, well, it's still leverage. A bank is leverage. And, I'm just they're using other people's money and then loaning it to you, which is leverage based on your credit score, and putting some money down in equity in the property to leverage a property. But with a bank, you can only buy 5 or 10 properties if you have enough assets and your credit is good and you got, something to work with, then you could probably buy 5 to 10. And then most people will cap out. Or they'll buy a duplex or a fourplex in California or the Midwest, and they'll buy several, and then they get tapped out, with the multifamily stuff. Just depends on where they're at in their business, right? And then, hey, if they have a regular job and then they're trying to manage this and they're trying to collect rents and then, get people in and out. If there's, evictions, it is what it is. Not for everybody, right? Now, obviously, you want to hire a good management company to do that for you, or you do it yourself using the tools. Depends on where you're wanting to go. A lot of people get into this business and just want to be a bird dog, make a couple of bucks, get some referral fees, or they want to do the wholesale stuff and say, hey, look, I found a house. Here's the ugliest. That's a bird dog. But others are going to, hey, I found a house. I'm going to write up the contract. Hopefully, they write it up correctly so there's enough equity in the property, or enough profit in the property to be able for an investor to make it enticing to say, look, hey, that's an awesome deal. Cool. Sell me the paper. Sell them the paper. and you'll make some money, right? Depending on what you're trying to make. And everybody's a little bit different. Some are like, hey, I'm cool if I make a couple thousand. I'm cool if I make 10 grand, 15 grand, or like, hey, no, I got to make 25, 40 grand or whatever. And, shoot themselves in the foot, and then the deal doesn't sell, or, it is what it is, right? There's a lot of reasons why deals do not sell. And it could be everything from the market to the area to being overpriced to the wrong price. I will say the more problems and issues on a property, more solutions you're going to solve, more money you're going to make. That is a fact. And most people don't want to deal with that, right? No, I just want to deal with, hey, get in, get out, get in, get out. That's cool. But as you start doing that, making some money, then you start looking at, hey, okay, I can cherry pick this one and take it down. You can look at this property, go, hey, that's some good money right there. If I execute and I solve that seller's problems, right, then you deserve to get paid very well for solving those problems that others, like a bank, an agent, a broker, or anybody else could not solve, simply because you have a skill set, a superpower called creative real estate investing, right? Most people are not going to understand it. I mean, I've talked to people that I have relatives I talk to sometimes, and I talk to them about that, and they're like, I still don't get it. Or they just don't, they always default back to traditional agent brokers. So, bro, guys, gals, I'm not an agent, I'm not a broker, are in regards to the creative real estate realm. Now, when I do or work with our brokerage, VIPeXecs, Realty, Lending, Investments, and Luxury Properties, right? It's a handoff. They're the experts that do that. So what I call traditional public sector, agent, broker, lenders, buyer's agents, listing agents, right? That's where that lives. Over here is a creative real estate investment world, right? This is what you call, the private sector, what I call the private sector. Private sector is creative real estate investing, seller financing, wholesaling, bird dogging, right? It could be subject to existing financing, subject to whatever the hell you want it to be, rental and lease options. You're leveraging property in a manner that has nothing to do with the public sector and the rules of DRE or whatever, the MLS or whatever it is in your state, right? It's different for a little bit, or every little place, even Texas, right? Texas has, where they have the MLS and things of that nature. They call it, I think it's Trek or something like that. I can't remember. But it follow those rules for the traditional public sector. In the private sector, yes, there's rules, but they're more like unwritten rules, and the rules, as long as you abide by the law and you stay there and disclose. There's my pro tip for you: disclose everything. Put it in writing, put it on paper, and then you rock. Okay, and that should be good for you. I see a lot of people going, hey, I need a contract for wholesale, I need a contract for sub 2, and people are going, oh, go to Chat GPT. Sure, you can do that, but not for me. I paid an attorney back in the day. There are a lot more these days, right? But back in the day, I didn't have the money, but I used the money. Instead of doing this, I went and did this, and I saved the money, and I went to an attorney, and I made sure that I had contracts. I said, if I use these contracts in Southern California or other places, will I get in trouble? He said, no, I do this, do that, do this. And I was obviously an upsell. I said, no, I can't afford that. I don't want that. If I need it, I'll come back, but I don't think I need that. Can I use these and be good to go? Yeah, no problem. Here's your money, boom, gone, and then use them. Or at least I used those for the first couple of years of my career, and then started adjusting, adapting the contracts, and moving as needed for my particular business. Your business may be different, right? But I get it. There's standard contracts, but also, hey, the magic is in the clauses. What clauses are you going to put in there to protect you, protect your seller, protect the buyers, but mostly protect you, and disclose what can and will happen in any real estate transaction? So therefore, it is what it is. I mean, I wasn't the type, even if Facebook and social media was around back in the day when I got started, I wouldn't be asking for help online, saying, hey, can you send me this? What about this? What about that scenario? I locked up a property. I don't know what the fuck I did. No, That's it's a good way to get yourself in trouble or incrimination, all kinds of crazy stuff, right? Or put you in the wrong direction. Just go, I like going to the source, right? If you're the head of the company, I'm going to go to you. I want to talk to you. And if you're willing to talk to me, cool, here's my questions and let's rock, right? And go that route. More of a face-to-face type of person and figuring that type of stuff out, right? Now, obviously, it does take longer, and everybody wants to hide behind the computer or the phones and texts and ring this voice message and freaking AI and all that good stuff. I get it, but it's still a people business, right? It's real estate. Real estate is a people business. It's a skill set. It's sales 101. It's sales, more than sales, Sales 101. It's psychological as well, right? And so those things, yeah, you have to learn that skill set. And if you do, hey, you're always going to be rock and rolling. You're always going to have a gig. You're always going to be moving forward, while others shut down, disappear, as they always do. It just happens. Every cycle that happens, where a bunch of agents will drop off and disappear, wholesalers and investors will drop off, disappear. It's a choice. It happens, right? And then when the things start going back up again, then they all come back. They all get their license. They can become brokers, lenders, real estate investors, all that good stuff, right? But this is it. So creative real estate investing is your tool. It's your superpower. If you want to learn that, not just the wholesaling thing, right? As I always say, wholesaling is like a one-trick pony. It's great. You can create a firm and a real estate firm by doing so, but you're always going to want to have that creative real estate arsenal in your, right? In your superpower backpack or whatever the hell you want to call the shit, right? But the bottom line is you're going to want those things. You should know those things, even if you're an agent or a broker. And if you don't, then you probably need to take a look at VIPeXecs Realty Lending Investments and Luxury Properties, as well as Amp Live and the Amp Live Media, and what we do, and get the best of both worlds, right? Even with the 30-day challenge, I'm going to be sharing stuff with you. Our resources will become your resources as we build a relationship together and we work together here in Southern California and anywhere in the United States of America. So you don't have to be privy or live in Southern California to be privy to all this information, okay? You can be in Florida. Be in the Midwest. You could be in freaking, should I say it? No, other countries. It's totally up to you. At the end of the day, but you can do this anywhere in the United States of America. You can be in Texas. We like Texas. We're heavy in Texas. We're looking at Texas and things of that nature, and deals and working deals, as well as other states. But here in Southern California is our backyard, and I always believe you should be able to do deals and should be doing deals in your own backyard anyways, right? Especially if you're going to take down properties for buy and hold and all that good stuff. All right, so let's move to, I want to share this with you real quick and see what I got here. All right, so this is all for your newbies out there. If you're a newbie, get your first deal, all right, real estate deal in motion. I got to check something real quick. We got some peeps coming down the wire here. In about an hour. Okay, cool. So if you're serious about real estate investing, the next 30 days could change everything for you. And it's true. Join the 30-day challenge. You can go to amplivemedia.com, amplivemedia.com, or in the chat. You can check it out right there to get started. Let's get ErickPaulLive.com/amplive-challenge. And I challenge you to take the challenge. Don't forget to like, love, and share. Appreciate it. Helps us continue to keep on doing this stuff and sharing this information with you. Now, I'm telling you, once you get the bug, it'll probably never go away. And can you learn creative real estate investing? Oh, yes, you can. Can you learn real estate? Can you get a license? Sure, yeah, if you set your mind to it. Anybody can do this. I know when I first started, I said, man, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if I'm smart enough. I don't know if I can pass a test. And even if it's creative real estate investing, I'm going, man, I don't know how I'm going to be able to figure out these contracts, write a contract, break down deals, do the math, all that good stuff, right? But when you set your mind to something and you put yourself in that square and you make a decision and you commit to it, it just starts happening. You just start moving. And the world and God and the universe just starts moving mountains for you. Believe it or not. Now, there is something that helped me a lot, and that was the book. Think and Grow Rich, go get it. And the 17 Principles of Success. Also, it's not to replace your Bible. So if you have a Bible and you want to study it and maybe dust it off, right? Get all the dust off and refire it up. I'm on that journey as well, as far as, wanted to figure those things out. Because I know when I was younger, I couldn't figure it out. It was like trying to read hieroglyphics What the heck does that mean? Why does it even mean that? Why are they even talking like that and all that good stuff, right? That's all obviously done on purpose. And then there are other books that are written in Latin and Greek and all that good stuff because they don't want you to know about that stuff, right? But things are changing because of, obviously technology and all that other good stuff. And we got social media and these dopamine things, right? That connect you to everything. You still got to do your research. You can't just be surface level and believe everything that someone tells you, including me at the end of the day, right? But if you're a newbie, and I challenge you, jump on this. Look, it'll help change your life. If you got a regular job, or maybe you're trying to figure out something, or maybe you're a young millennial or whatever, and you're in your 20s and creeping into your 30s maybe, or maybe you're 18, 19 or something like that, and you're like, man, I don't know about this real estate stuff, or I'm looking for something to challenge me, then this might be it for you, okay? Definitely. We'd love to get you out there in the field. We'd love to work with you exclusively if possible at the end of the day, because nobody's doing that stuff, right? I get it. Communities are good. Facebook groups are good and all that good stuff. And you can learn stuff, but you can only learn so much watching videos. You can only learn so much on YouTube and TikTok, and you can only learn so much by, communicating in Facebook and social media and in groups. Sooner or later, you have to take the learning, and take it into execution and then go do it. Right. That's where the real stuff happens, right? Is actually doing. But at the same token, if you don't know, it's kind of like it could be anything, right? Driving a car. You can be driving a Lambo. You're going to get into the Lambo and you drive it and you fire it up and you go, oh my God, this is crazy. And you drive it and go try to drive it in the street or try to drive it on a racetrack. And you may crash. You may fly off the road. You may go too fast. You may blow up the engine. Who knows, right? Because you're not prepared and you don't understand, or maybe you didn't do any research on what type of car that is, that it's a high performance car and how to drive it, right? And the dangers that can come with it, or safety issues that you need to follow, right? Same thing in real estate. It's not that hard, trust me, okay? With us and the way we do it, with muscle memory, that's how we do things. Muscle memory, right? It's kind of like athletes, musicians. How do you think they become better and better and better and get badass at what they do? By playing and practicing over and over and over and over and creating and and the same thing with the skill set of sales, right? That's how you get your sales ratios, your closing ratios higher and higher and higher. Somebody mentees, asked me several times over the years, hey, are you born with sales? Were you born to talk? Were you born to understand this stuff? I said, no, of course not. I had to learn it, right? I was a person who was very shy. I wouldn't talk unless I thought I needed to speak and say something, but I was pushed to the point of saying something because I figured it had to be said, and then that's different. Then words of wisdom come out, right, at the end of the day. But I do challenge you youngsters, or anybody for that matter. You can be 18 to 80 years old. It doesn't matter. Some people who are very young going, oh, I'm too young to do that. I can't be a real estate agent. Most people are elderly. They're older or whatever. No, it's bullshit. And then other people are 80, 60, 70, 80 years old, maybe in their 50s. They're going, oh, I'm too old to do that stuff. I can't start a business. I can't be a real estate agent. I can't be a broker or a lender, or I can't, whatever, follow whatever dream or whatever thing that you're wanting to do. Of course you can. You only live on this planet, as they say, right, one time. I'm not saying anything about it. There's a lot of qualms about that and youngsters saying stuff like that. I'm not trying to repeat anything. It's just part of my mantra. At the end of the day, it's right. You go for it. What do you have to lose? What's the worst that can happen? You crash and burn, you get back up, you roll again, you crash and burn, get up, roll again, you keep rolling, and you keep moving forward. That's life, right? At the end of the day, life is going to get in its way. And if you let life get in the way, well, hey, I can't do that because I got to take the kids to, daycare. I got to do soccer. I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to take care of this. I got to take care of that. I got to go to the doctor to do this, or whatever it may be, right? Or I got appointments to do this and that. Those are all excuses, and it's easy because we all do it. Should I make excuses? It could be a Monday, a Chinese Monday, or whatever the hell you want to call it. It should be Mindset Money Monday, but it's a perfect day to do it. I'm just going to study and read. I'm not going to take any appointments on Monday because I don't really want to chat with people. But if I do take an appointment on Monday, guess what? I'm freaking working Monday. I'm getting on the phone Monday. I'm going to take the appointment Monday. I'm going to go out on Monday. And usually Monday's an admin day. So, hey, we can do it online. We can Zoom it all up. But for whatever reason, excuses can happen. Oh, no, I'm going to study. I'm going to study today. I'm going to do this, do that. and then not do the important things that are going to take you to another level. We all do it. We're all human beings at the end of the day, but that's the great thing of having each other. I have you, you have us, we have each other. We're going to motivate each other to move forward, say, let's go, right? And that's part of, having, I guess, a community, having people that are where they are. And hey, I want to, even me, right? I got to go, it's networking, right? I want more. We all want more. We all want more for our families and our lives. So I challenge you, take the 30 days to do a challenge. What do you have to lose? Absolutely nothing, right? So I'm going to go ahead and change this over here because I want to share this with you, right? It's all about hunting deals. Today is Tuesday. So once I'm done here, I'm going to go hit the CRM. CRM is just a customer customer relations management piece of software. It's been around forever, but it's changed over the years. Before, they used to be a pain in the ass. They're hard to freaking navigate. They never worked right. And they're always different for every person. It was like, hey, I had to customize this, customize that, customize this. So it's not like one size fits all. Now, obviously, they've gotten better because they do text marketing, ringless voice message, it does email, it does AI, it does all this stuff. And you can communicate with everything and all your customers in one spot and not have to have a spreadsheet or paper and all that good stuff because you can only work with so many clients. It's not truly efficient trying to do it that way. But if you have a CRM, and even then, there's quirks. Some are awesome and beautiful like Apple. Others are like Android where they're clunky and junky, but they're workhorses and they work really good, right? So we're kind of looking at things like that and things of that nature, especially when we go out into the field and we do the door rocking, challenge. There's a couple platforms that we're going to be testing. And at the day, we've tested them before. We know what type of data, what they're about, but there's certain mechanisms for the GPS and tracking and all that good stuff while you're out in the field that we're going to be using. So if you know of any great ones to track your team of door knockers and people out there in the field, definitely send me a DM. I'd appreciate it. Or if you got a product or you're launching a product, definitely let me know. I'd love to hear about it and test it. But we are testing. We're going to be testing a couple of platforms. We do have platforms for hunting deals. Obviously, if you're looking for data, and you can go to you can go to PropStream. There's what else we got? There's Property Radar is good with their data. Deal Machine has some good data. As well. There's certain every little, like I said, every little, whether it's data or CRM, there's always a little something that's better than the rest. So it's like you got to have a couple of them or two or three to put them together to have everything that you need. It is what it is, right? There's no perfect system. They try to do that, I think, with there was a company, I forgot, I think it was by Citrix. They got bought out. I forgot what Podio was like that. You can build it, put whatever you want with every piece and build it customized, but it would break a lot, and then you got to hire somebody to fix it, or you pay somebody to set it up $2,000-3,000 to build it all out. If it breaks, they got to fix it and do that stuff, and it's a little clunky and different. Some people love it, other people didn't. I know we've used it and we've used it in the past, but we use some other platforms. We'll definitely love to share those with you. But put these spectacles back on, take a sip of my coffee. Time to hunt deals. That's right. Tuesday, deals day. Time to hunt deals. No more sitting on the sidelines. Find motivated sellers. That is one of the keys. And then you got to start real freaking conversations. And yes, talk to people on the phone. You're going to talk to people face to face. If you're able to, I challenge you. If you can talk to people face to face and convince them to sell you their property, everybody's trying to do everything on the phone, text, and AI and all that good stuff. I get it. Let's get it. Push that volume. But I will tell you, there's a thing called verticals. And then I'm going to finish this up real quick. Verticals are marketing. Every type of marketing is different. You want to build one, master it, build another. So you have 5 to 6 to 7 types of verticals across your platform or across your firm, real estate firm. So then you're feeding them and you're constantly, feeding those and bringing in leads. So you have some deal flow, right? But at the same token, yes, does everything work, right? You can throw spaghetti at the wall. Does that work? Of course it does. If you throw enough spaghetti at the wall, you're going to get deals. If you write enough offers, you're going to get enough deals, right? People do that. I heard someone was writing like 500 offers a month and they get 1 or 2 deals a month. Okay, that's cool. If you have the time to do that, then awesome. Put that as a vertical and then build that out and get some other people and get it streamlined. Then move to the next one, right? Go to some text marketing. Go to some ringless voice messages. Go to some door knocking. Go to some direct mail. Go to pay-per-click. Go to the PPL and buy leads, whatever, right? But you have to test it. A lot of people will test it and say, oh, that didn't work. I didn't get the results. It happens to me even on Facebook or even us, right? Oh, man, we just ran that campaign. That was shit. That was a waste of money. It was just the wrong campaign, the wrong wording. It is what it is. And, sometimes they're going to pop, sometimes they're not. But it does work. Does Facebook marketing work and get leads? Of course. Does pay-per-click work? Of course. Does pay-per-lead work? Yeah, they're going to be some shit leads and some used leads, or they're going to be, these are exclusive leads, but then you find out that's been sold to 2 or 3 other people. That shit happens too, depending on the company, right? I won't mention any names. Does text marketing work? Yes, it does. Does ringless voice message and all that good stuff, and email and post-it notes and driving for dollars and direct mail work? It all works. Every vertical marketing works, but you got to get down and dirty and just stick to one until you figure out the key to making it work, okay? But deals are deals, and I do challenge you, yes, to rock those deals on the phone. We're going to be working with you exclusively to do that, as well as what? In the field. That's where you're really going to learn. Where you really learn is the duplication and the muscle memory. That's how I learned, right? I was fortunate enough to go with one of my mentors, and I got to go to the house. I got to see how he walked and talked, and what is it? What's the word I'm looking for? The modulation in his voice, when he would start talking and then lower it down and then slow it down and then dumb it down and then get high octane, and then just work his magic, right? It was beautiful. And then going through the process, how he talked with the seller, boom, back and forth, drop the ego, make sure you're serving the seller, and all the points of why you should go with this gentleman and myself. And then the brand and all that good stuff. And then walking the house, even walking the house was the art. Walking the house was a certain way he did it, right? As he's walking the house and befriending the seller and doing these things, right? And then at the same token, boom, taking notes, and, me being, hey, Mr. Picture Taker, and taking notes of everything that needed to be repaired, the floors, the wall, electrician. He'd point and go, boop, there you go, get a picture. That was just, hey, it was like, we're synced together. I didn't have to say, take a picture of that, do this, do that. He just like, boom, point over there, boom, I knew what to do. Go get that, do this, do that. And if he needed to bring it up, he'd have a chit chat with the seller. I'd shut the hell up, let him do his thing, right? But I would listen and listen and listen, and I'm downloading all this information, walking the inside of the house, the outside of the house, befriending the seller as he's talking about the dogs and talking about the grandkids and talking about life. It's kind of like chewing gum and walking and doing all kinds of stuff and spinning plates all at the same freaking time. It was beautiful, right? And then going and talking, then coming to me. That was one. This is, of course, this is a Reader's Digest version of one of my first deals with him. Comes to the side of the house and says, "What do you want to do, Eric?" I'm like, "I want to do the deal. What do we got to do?" Get this signed. Call a mobile notary. Let's get this signed, and I need this document signed as well and notarized. And I had to look at it. By that time, I already became a contract freak. I already brought enough to the table, which were deals and a system and a process. Became a contract freak, so I know exactly what it was. It was actually a memorandum of option for the deal. Memorandum of agreement is another one that they have. But this one's for about, I think it was $20K or something like that, because, we wasn't quite sure about the slippery seller at the end of the day, whether they can trust her or not. He goes, if I put money in, I start doing all this stuff, I got to make sure I get paid back. Okay. So we're going to do this. And I read it and I looked at it. I go, okay, cool. I understood what it was. I'm not going to explain it right now. It's beyond the scope of this live, but that's what we did. I said, no problem. So he goes, okay, I'm going to walk around. I'm going to follow up with the seller, and then I'll meet you in the kitchen, because that's where we break bread, and that's where we're going to finalize this deal. And I finished up the pictures, did all that other good stuff. And then I called a mobile notary, got her down there. And then it was my job, which is kind of funny, right? Which is kind of cool, because you need to get this signed. He left it on me, right? He could have did it, but, he passed it on to me, make me earn my money. So, in the process, we're doing all this good stuff. And I got the dog. I told her, this is what we're going to do. This is what's going to transpire. And I laid down the ground and the foundation. Said, we're going to get a mobile notary. It looks like we're going to do the deal for this much, boom, boom, boom. Mr. Howell's going to go ahead and boom, boom. Both of us are going to do this together. And then we're going to, have a mobile notary. We sign the contract, sign the agreement. And this right here is to make sure that when we put our money back and this and that, how it works, and go through the whole process, explaining it to her, the good, the bad, and the ugly, real estate agent, brokers, all the good stuff, and disclose. And that was it. Got everything all signed up, wrapped it up. And on the way home, I just picked his brain, right? Pick the brain. And then I went over and over. And I started writing stuff down. I started writing processes and systems. And obviously, that is a part of what we have today for the AMP Live method, right? The AMP Live method is what we do. It hasn't changed. Of course, it's modified through the years. and it's always being adjusted, and we adapt, and we rock at the end of the day, right? So find motivated sellers, start real conversations, make investor offers, and build real opportunities. Step into the challenge, amplivemedia.com. You can go there, or you can just go into the chat right there, and there's a link. Doesn't cost you a dime. Click the link, sign up, and then we will move forward, or not at the end of the day. But that is what we have to offer for today for March Madness and Tuesday Deals Day. So hopefully appreciate that story, but it was great. It was awesome. We did lock that sucker up. There were 4 errors on it as I tell the story. That's one of my favorite stories, right? But it was crazy. And they had he had to talk to the bank, pay off the second because she was in pre-foreclosure status and a bunch of other stuff, right? But like I said, there was more problems on that property where we were able to solve those problems and made more money, right? So obviously he made the bulk of it because he's the one who, I just assigned the contract over to him, and I got my money and moved on, find some more inventory while he was going to finish up the deal. I didn't have to do anything anymore. Didn't have to talk to her anymore unless it was the liaison or he needed me to, be the liaison in any capacity or manner. But he built such an awesome relationship with the lady. Never had to talk with her. She never called back to complain. She's more like, hey, she actually said, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Hal took care of all the errors, took care of the house and fixed it all up and put it back on the market and resold it, made his, big old chunk of cash at the end of the day, right? Because there's a lot of money in that deal. But that's where I started thinking, oh man, that's kind of cool. If I can learn that shit, then I can do the same stuff and then rinse and repeat, which I eventually started doing into the future. And then even now, obviously now we have the Amp Live, right? Amp Live, the American Mentee Program, which I believe, I don't think I might have something here, but I'll share it with you. I believe it's towards the end. I think we still got the March Madness as well, but March Madness promo for the American Mentee Program. But that's how that all happened, and then it continued to do so. That's the purpose of what we do now. But close fast, win big. March Madness equals yes. Deal season, just like deer hunting season, just like whatever season, basketball season, football season, whatever season you want to call it, it is what it is. But this is the time for you. Take advantage of this. If you see this video, like I said, like, love, and share. Watch it forward, backward. Get all the juicy nuggets that I'm dropping today. Hopefully it inspires you and motivates you to say, you know what? I can do this. I can do this. I think I can do this. No, I know you can do this. I know for a fact you can do this. If you take the challenge and you jump aboard, we're not going to let you fall through the cracks. The only way it will not work is if you don't show up, you have a negative mental attitude, or you just, give up too damn easy. We won't let you give up. I can tell you that, right? We'll be here. We will always show up to the party. If you don't show up to the party, shame on you. You're going to get what you're going to get, which is absolutely nothing. And it won't be our fault. It'll be your fault, which sucks, right? And I hate that, right? Because it does happen. That's just life. And then the ones that do rock is like, yeah, fuck yeah, thank you. Excuse my French, right? A little excitement, but thank you very much. I appreciate you, Eric. Thank you for taking the time and breaking it down now until their aha moments pop and they go, now I understand what is happening. Now it's download. It's like riding a bike, right? So once you ride that bike and you get your aha moments and you're rocking and rolling, you're petting and pedaling and doing wheelies and whatever the heck you're doing, jumping off ramps and stuff, whatever, right? You understand it. You're never going to forget it. So you're off to the races. Now, obviously, there's always going to be here. We're always going to be here as well, right? Working with you. And then it should always be a progress in motion going forward, moving forward, because things do change, right? It's like a moving entity. Real estate is always moving. It's always shifting, just like money, right? Money begets speed begets money, and money begets speed at the end of the day. Money loves speed. So if you're moving fast, you're moving quick. But at the same token, you want to know what moves you're making. Right? You want to be playing some chess, not some checkers. You want to start playing some chess, right? Chess, the game, right? You want to be a couple of steps ahead of what's transpiring, and then knowing all the facts. So when you're making an educated, shouldn't even say guess, when you're making an educated decision on a real estate investment deal, you know the numbers, you know what's going on, you know what you have, you know what bag of gold you have in your hand. You're going, shit. That even helps you even more because then you know you got something solid. You're going, shit, I could sell this. This investor's going to buy this damn thing. This is why. And then it's your job to get it sold, right? But we're going to work with you on that, though, right? We're going to show you how to sell these deals. We're going to show you the marketing. We're even going to share with you some pro tips on how to build your own bank, your own private bank of investors that will invest in you. Hey, plus you have access to us at the same token for that private sector, as well as hard money through VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments, the hard money side, the traditional side of the lending business. We've been doing this for quite a while, so you'll have access to that as well as the real estate side of things for the traditional side of listing properties, MLS, and of course, the investment side. That's where we bring the investment side of VIPeXecs Realty, VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments, right? Is the investment sector. So you have all those things. And if you're a real estate agent, you wanted to have the best of both worlds, you're like, hey, then definitely reach out, touch bases with me. I'm going to put up that QR code right now so you can actually jump aboard and scan that QR code. And let me see, where's it at? And join. And I'm going to wrap this up because we're already at 50 minutes. Oh shit, I only wanted to go 30. See, when you like what you do, you just keep rolling, right? Here we go. I believe it's right here. Oh, okay. Where's it at? Should be coming up here. There it is. Boink, right there. Okay, so scan that QR code right there to the right. Well, that's left, right, whatever. That's right there. Scan the QR code, free home search and investment, property search, sign up here. You can scan the QR code courtesy of VIPeXecs Realty Lending. Step into excellence. It's absolutely free. If you're wanting to come aboard and work with us exclusively, I'll turn you on to the broker. You can have a conversation and put in a good word for you. You can speak to me first if you like, and then I'll pass you on and to the broker, Miss Elizabeth, and she'll decide if it's a good fit. And if it is, and hey, we'll rock and roll together and get the best of both worlds. Even if it's on the private sector, right? You're thinking about, man, I want to get my license. I'm thinking about getting my license. Or maybe you already have a license. If you already have a license, then this is the best of both worlds. It's where the future is going. It is the future of real estate. As you can see, a lot of brokerages are getting gobbled up. They're changing the way they do things, and all these platforms that are online. I won't mention who they are, but you know who they are, the big platforms. They're moving through all kinds. They're making maneuvers as well with this AI stuff and trying to eliminate, positions and things and all that good stuff, right? So you want to be in a place where you have some leverage, right? Where you get to dictate what? Your own outcome, your future, because they can't take that shit away. They don't teach that at Redfin. They don't teach that at Zillow. They don't teach that at Keller Williams. They don't teach it at Remax. They don't teach it at, Berkshire. They don't teach any of what we do anywhere, okay? It doesn't come with the sign up of joining that brokerage. But if you join us with VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments and Luxury Properties, you get the best of both worlds, okay? You will get the private real estate investment side of things. You will get what? Okay, what's that? All right, fine. Let's see what that is. Oh, okay, here we go. Now you can see that. That's cool. So we got campaigns that are rolling in, as you can see, always live and uncut. For sure, but I do want to share this with you as well, and I'm going to wrap this up. Hey, Amp Live TV, always real, raw, and standing for truth, powered by Amp Live Media, broadcasting, marketing, and media company. The Amp Live Real Estate Show, I'll always be your host until, sometimes I may have other hosts. But if you want to be a guest on the Amp Live Real Estate Show, I believe we're going to turn Amp Live Real Estate Show into a podcast, what I'd like to do. So that'll be on the table for the second quarter. So in the second quarter, we'll be rolling out the Amp Live Real Estate Show podcast. If you want to be a host, if you want to be a guest on it, definitely reach out. If there's any podcasts out there that you think I'd be a good fit with, then definitely please pass that on. I'd love to be on them and share what we do to definitely share the cause and mission to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America, powered by Amp Live Media, like I mentioned, a media broadcasting and marketing company, and our sponsors, VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments, and Luxury Property. Definitely touch bases with us. We'd love to chit chat with you. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up real quick. So Amp Live, always real, raw, and standing for truth. Home of the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Host, Erick. Obviously, that's myself of Amp Live and VIPeXecs. This month is the theme, March Madness for real estate investors. Close deals, win big, dominate your market. Okay, this isn't just basketball season, right? It's deal season. It's deal freaking season, right? Make bold offers, beat the competition. I'm going to share that with you on how to dominate your area while you're doing this, right? Because that's always a beautiful thing when people get pissed off. To a degree, it's a good pissed off because then they're going to come back anyways. They may be pissed off. Hey, what are you doing? This is my market. No, it's not your market, man. Guys and gals, you're going to go in, dominate the market, dominate the area, and then you're going to be the go-to person. The same token, they may get pissed off in the beginning, but eventually they're coming back and say, hey, so-and-so, Eric, you got any deals? Hey, I'm looking for some deals. I got some investors or I got some sellers, buyers, et cetera, et cetera. That's the beauty of being able to dominate your area when you're in that area, okay? And yes, in your own backyard or wherever you decide to go. Usually it works best in the local area, unless you're really hard and heavy and you got some boots in the ground, you got some partners, you got some people, and you got a team out in, say, Texas, and you're in California, or maybe you're in Florida, but you're rocking it and live in Montana or whatever. Everything's doable because the world is a lot smaller these days, right? Step into the game at amplivemedia.com. Step into the game at amplivemedia.com, where real estate champions are made. All right, so I'm going to share this with you really quick. Creative Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. Might as well just go a whole hour. Got five more minutes. Scan that QR code. It's right there. Scan the QR code. We're going to be doing that tomorrow, 7 p.m. Okay, it's Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. If you want to get on there and chit chat and talk, I'm going to explain to you creative real estate investing. I'm going to explain how VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments and Luxury Properties ties into everything, as well as Amp Live Media and what we do. And then there will be an offering at the end of the day. If it's a good fit, we'll rock. If not, that's okay. And, maybe sometime down the road. But you will learn creative real estate investing very quickly, as I'm going to give you a kind of like a blast course on how that all works and how it's going to help you build that superpower within what you're doing, okay? Excuse me, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. All right, so I got one more thing for you. I will leave you with this. Although the Amp Live 30 Days to a Deal Challenge, right, is a selection process as well. But hey, when we first get in, I want you, if you tell me why you need the help, and we'll work with you in some capacity, okay? But the 30 Days to a Deal Challenge, all we ask is that you take care of the hard costs, okay? So you take care of the hard costs for the 30 Days to a Deal Challenge, and we'll rock and roll, and we'll do deals together. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up for you right here so you can actually scan the QR code and join, although it is in the chat, okay? So it's in the chat. If you do that, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. One second. There we go. I believe that's it, right? I think that's it. You can scan the QR code right there, register 30-day challenge, lock in your spot, scan the QR code now, take the Amp Live challenge, and let's rock some deals. So without further ado, rock and roll in all that you do. Appreciate it. God bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, and wealth. Keep on rocking and rolling. If you fall, and you got to get back up, okay? If you need some help, we'll help you get back up. We're going to pull you up, and we'll get you rocking and rolling, right? But scan that QR code for 30 Days to a Deal Challenge. I challenge you. You have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain, as they say, right? And it's true. Those are the facts. You won't be left behind as long as you show up to the party. 99%, right, is mindset. 90% is showing up. So if you can do those two things, you'll be successful. You get to taste what a deal is like, and then we'll get into it, and we'll keep on rocking and rolling, and we'll help you build your business, because then you're helping us build our business, and we're all going to make money together. That's the essence of what this is all about, okay? So, like I said, without further ado, rock and roll in all what you do. Sponsored by VIPeXecs Realty, Lending and Investments, and Luxury Properties. Powered by Amp Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company. Like, love, share, and comment. I appreciate it. We'll be going live a lot more on. It's always live on YouTube, but we're making YouTube the focus for right now, and until obviously everything changes over the period of time. So definitely, go there, share, like, and love. I appreciate it. And you have an awesome, awesome Tuesday. If you have any deals, send them down the wire. Okay, definitely send them down the wire. We'll take a look at them, and we'll make you some offers if there's something that we're interested, or maybe our investors, or maybe we'll JV or partner up, or hey, we'll just give you some pointers and some advice and say, hey, rock and roll, and hopefully you get it done, right? Okay. See what else do we have on the roster there? We got some other promos that are coming up. I'll be back tomorrow for wellness Wednesday, Deals Thursday. I'm always fired up on Deals Thursday, so it's a good time to catch me and ask me questions about the intricate stuff. If you got a crazy deal with 2 or 3 errors, or 4 or 5 issues on title, or maybe it's a pre-foreclosure, vacant property, probate property, whatever it may be, and it's a creative type of deal and structure, you're trying to figure that out, we'll definitely figure it out for you, okay? And then Friday back for Friday highlights, and then Saturday for Saturday training and Sunday rants and raves, and then back to the schedule. So obviously some of these things will probably, maybe we'll keep them, maybe we'll be eliminating. I'm not sure. We'll see how that goes. And for sure, the Amp Live Real Estate Show. I'll be your host, obviously, Erick of Amp Live and the American Mentee Program, as well as Realty Lending and Investment. Let me go ahead and put that down there. What we got there? Oh. All right. And then we'll go from there. Okay. So it's not coming up here. Good. Okay. So I'm going to wrap this up. You have a beautiful, wonderful Tuesday, and rock and roll Tuesday. Hopefully you're out there hunting deals and you're rocking the business. If you have any questions, do rock a chat, rock a DM. We appreciate you. Like, love, and share. We do appreciate that. And share it with others. Okay. I believe that's all we got. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up with this little graphic here, and we'll put it there. There we go. 30 and the Amp Live 30-day challenge. Scan the QR code or go to the chat. The link is there. Appreciate you. You have an awesome, wonderful day. Bye-bye.